Today I'm going to dig the sweet potatoes that's growing in these mineral wick tubs. These have been planted here quite a while. They were May 16th. I put them in the wick tubs, and it's supposed to be 120 days. 120 days will be September 13th. Today is September 10th, so it'll be a good time to dig them. And the vines are starting to die. You can see a lot of yellow leaves. So it's about time to dig them. I have two tubs of them here. I have this one, and I have one down on the distant end. The center tub had cantaloupe in it, and we've harvested all of those, obviously. This is the second tub. So the first thing I have to do is cut these vines off and clear off the beds. And then I'll get a tarp, and I'll tip the tubs over on the tarp and harvest the sweet potatoes out of them. So I'll get the clippers and trim these vines off. I like to cut them a couple inches above the soil so I can see where the plants are. And so I'll go get some clippers and get started on that. Okay, these sweet potatoes love to climb on trellises, and you can see I put a cattle panel back here for them to climb on, but a lot of them spread on the ground anyway. One of the advantages to have them on a trellis is that they don't send roots down and start small potatoes all over the place, which takes a lot of energy from the potato. This is a simple process of cutting them off where they come out of the ground. I don't know if it shows on the camera or not, but there's actually a sweet potato sticking up out of the ground here. So there's some under there. There's another one. So these vines will all go in the compost bin and be ready for fertilizing next year's gardens. So I'll go do the other plant and then get a tarp. And okay, we got a tarp out here. Move the camera back a little bit so I'll get a better shot of things. And try and tip this tub over and see what we're going on. Quite a mass of roots from these potatoes. It surprises me they went all the way to the bottom. Then we'll pull out some potatoes. These mineral wick tubs are 20. looks like all the potatoes that's in here. That's a good number of them. I put 4 slips in this tub when I planted them in May. By the way, I forgot to mention there are 2 other videos on the growing sweet potatoes. One I made in April that was on starting the slips. There was one made on the May 16th of planting the slips in these tubs. And I'll put a reference to those, or a link to those in the description below in case you want to see it. And that looks like all of the potatoes out of here. So that's a pretty good harvest for this one bucket. And I have to clean this up, put all the soil back into the bucket, and then I'll do the other tub down there and see how many potatoes we get. So it looks like a good group of them right here. Okay, I'm going to collect these sweet potatoes. It's necessary to let these cure for 2 weeks now before we do anything with them. They change from starch to sugar if they're cured for 2 weeks. So I'll spread these out on some cardboard in the greenhouse and let them cure. Just stay in there dry. They like it to be warm and humid while they're curing, and the greenhouse meets all those criteria. The interesting thing about sweet potatoes is if you leave any piece of them in the soil, in that tub or anywhere else in the ground, they will grow next year, and you'll have plants coming up next year that you probably don't want. I have to cut that off, that's wrong. One of our favorite ways of eating sweet potatoes is making sweet potato fries in the air fryer. They're absolutely delicious, and they're much better than the regular French fries. So there's a bucket full from this one tub. Now, okay, we got that tub finished and soil back in it. Now we'll do the second tub. This is a smaller tub. It's only 20 gallon. The other one is 25. We'll probably do a few less potatoes in here. You'll see how many. You should see the nightcrawler. He's underneath this tub. He's about half underneath this tub probably. Okay, this is just like the other one. It's full of roots all the way to the bottom. And it has sweet potatoes all the way to the bottom, just like the other one did. I had 4 slits in each of these tubs. If you watched the earlier video of me planting them, you saw that I put 4 slits in each tub, so they have the same soil, the same amount of slips and everything, and the only difference being this is 20 gallon, the other is 25 gallon. But other than that, they're identical. And we'll see what kind of bunch of potatoes we get out of this one. A bunch of them are showing up here. So far, this has proven a much better way than growing in the ground and having to dig them with a fork. Much easier and much nicer quality. It looks like these are absolutely huge sweet potatoes here. size of this potato. Simply incredible. Put the rest of these in this tub and get ready to take them and dry them. And I'd say we got better than a bushel of potatoes. This one here amazes me, the size of it. I don't think I've ever seen a sweet potato that huge. Another large one. So that concludes the harvest of the sweet potatoes for this year. Overall, it's a very productive year. I have to put this soil back in the tub and lay out the potatoes to dry, and we'll be done with this. Okay, all the sweet potatoes are laid out here in the greenhouse, and they'll be here for a couple of weeks while they cure, convert from starch to sugar, and they'll be ready to eat in a couple of weeks. There are some very, very big ones here, and a bunch of average sized ones, but just a little over a bushel of them all together. I hope this video is not too noisy. The exhaust fan is running and cooling it down in here, but it's currently 97 degrees in here, so these potatoes will love it. They love to be in the 90s when they're drying. We're getting ready to start the greenhouse growing for the winter. I have some cucumbers here on a trellis, and I have bell peppers and jalapeno peppers and banana peppers that I brought in from the garden, trimmed them back, and they're growing new leaves and ready to go. So everything's going for the greenhouse, but the main thing is that I'm finished with the sweet potato dig for this year, and I had a very good crop. I'm very satisfied with them, and next year I'll have 2 black tubs, and I got probably 2/3 as amount of potatoes out of the white tub as I did the black tub, so I've learned it. Need to get another black tub set up and use next year. So that's it for this year's sweet potato harvest, and it's been very successful, and I hope you give this a try. If you have access to these free mineral lick tubs, be sure to get some. Cattle farmers have them to give away. If you have any farmers that raise beef cattle, you'll find those. So again, thanks so much for watching.